Time to make this one official center ring. The end comes at the official time of 2 minutes and 17 seconds of round number 4. The victory method by way of knockout! And still, IBF and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Jai Opetaia! Jai Opetaia joined center ring. We heard our commentary team call it the knockout that will be felt around the world. Congratulations. Was that just like a nuclear bomb going off inside of you of aggression that you just needed to get out? Because that was a performance of precision, of timing, and utter dominance after round number 1.
David, thank you. Man, he took the fight on 3 weeks' notice. He come here to fight. He gave me a dog fight. I respect that. All that lead up, man, I thought he was going to come out here and box and play games. I respect that, man. He come here and he slugged that out. He wanted these belts, and he showed that. I'll take my hat off to David, man. Thank you. Gold Coast. Thank you guys, man. Wow. We love this. We live here. We made these moments, man. Hard work every day. Thank you to my Central Coast family, my Campbelltown family, to my beautiful fiance holding it down. Man, it's been preparing for these fights. But my whole family, man, my team, I love you all. It's a team effort that makes these things happen. From the fucking fighter to the trainers to the, the promoters and managers, man, everyone does their job. And that's why these things are possible, so thank you.
Apologies there to our viewers for the language. I'm very happy to see you smile, Jai. That's probably the first smile we've seen out of you in the last few weeks in the build-up. So it's good to see. Is there some relief in you as well in that performance now to get it done in front of your home crowd? Did that add pressure being back here in front of all these wonderful fans?
There was a little bit of extra pressure, but there's always pressure. So we sort of thrive off that. We use it as energy. Man, I'm just so happy with the crowd coming out here showing love, man. Thank you all so much.
With the change in opponent, Jai, did you need to change much yourself preparation-wise? Because we heard Eddie Hearn say before, quite correctly, that even though David Nyika only had 3 weeks, you only had 3 weeks as well, because of an opponent changes everything. So what did that do to disrupt you in terms of your training? I know your mentality wouldn't have changed, and fitness and ethic, but what about the style of fight that David would bring you?
Man, all that style shit went out the window. That was a dog fight, and I respect that. He wanted these belts. He kept coming forward. He kept punching, man. Thank you, David, bro. That was a good fight. We gave this crowd a good fight.
You said you could hurt David. You probably didn't mean to hurt him like that. So our thoughts and prayers will go with him. But my question is to you now. Is there anyone that can touch you now in the Cruiserweight division in the world?
Ramirez. I'm coming for the belts. We're coming for those rest of the belts, man. We're coming for them.
We hope he's watching. Gilberto Ramirez. He's an acclaimed fighter. You'll train and get ready for it. Will you be ready to go if all of these men in consultation with His Excellency watching at home can get it done for about 3 to 4 months' time? Will we be ready to go?
Definitely, man. I've been waiting for these fights for a long time. We're chasing these unification fights. I'm coming for my belts.
Final message, Jai, before we speak to your promoters. Just want to let you say a big thank you to all of your friends and family, Taps, Mark, Matthew, everyone that's involved in your team, Mick Francis, Eddie Hearn, but most importantly, your Gold Coast family here. This is where we did it all 2.5 years ago, you remember? Since then, you've travelled the world. Any last comments for them?
Yeah, man, like I said, bro, this crowd, amazing, bro. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you guys, all of you. And I'll be back, man. I cannot wait to fight here back in Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jai Opetaia. Mick Francis first, please, Mick. We had a look around there ringside. Everybody was shedding a few nerves. The first round was a dogfight. They charged at each other like bulls. What were you thinking there after that first round?
Well, it wasn't boxing, it was a dogfight. So, as I said before, in the lead up, like, if he wants to box, Jai will box. If he wants to stand and bang, Jai will bang. Jai loves banging. And the problem is, you poke the bear will bite. And this guy here, all week, has put up for it all week, that he's going to get knocked out. Well, you know, unfortunately, David, mate, great guy, great fight, but
Nice guy.
he's a nice guy, but, mate, I think he poked the bear too many times.
Well said, Mick. Now, with that performance and that sort of knockout power, that's devastating knockout power. How keen for you to get Jai in that next fight? It is a unification fight before we can then look for undisputed. While someone's in form, I guess, like any team or any horse, whatever the case may be, when it's in form, you want to get them out there and performing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Jai's been pretty busy in the last 12 months, but, you know, May 3rd, that's the date that Turkey Ali Sheikh did say to us over there that we'd like to do the unification fight. Mate, that'd be a great date. A couple of months down the track, Jai will pull up pretty good after this, so we'd love that fight. That's the fight that we definitely want.
So there is no doubt that it'll probably end up overseas, a fight that big. But then after that, where we can look at that final unification for undisputed and things like that, is that something you'd like to bring back here to Australia, perhaps in, 12 months, 18 months, another big fight? We've seen now we can sell out venues like this. It's probably time to go even bigger, Mick.
Yeah, absolutely. But, a couple of 12 months ago, they said Jai Opetaia is not a big seller in Australia. Well, have a look around. He sold this place out 2 weeks before the fight day. Yeah. Mate, only true champions can do that, and he's a warrior. Mate, the journey over the last 8 years I've had with Jai Opetaia is outstanding, and he's getting better and better, and the unification fight would finish it off nicely. But I just want to also do a shout out to Spencer Brown from Gold Star. Like, Spencer Brown, he's a big part of this tonight. Yeah, he was the driving force behind this particular event. So I know he's watching. So Spencer, mate, appreciate everything you do, mate.
Thank you very much for that, Mick. I'll invite Eddie Hearn in now. Eddie, you have been around boxing a very long time. You are a well-travelled man. You are a seasoned promoter and one of the very best we've ever seen, future Hall of Famer. How good was that? How scary was that to see that sort of power? Because ringside we were all nervous, but that was a pure demonstration of absolute power.
Yeah, I mean, this is the most brutal sport of all, and you saw it up close tonight. I believe David Nyika will be a world champion in the future, but not tonight, because he came up against not just the best fighter in Australia, but one of the best fighters in the world, in Jai Opetaia. And what was quite sensational was we get great atmospheres in England. This is January the 8th on a Wednesday night. That was spine-tingling stuff on the Gold Coast tonight. Incredible atmosphere. You're talking about a very, very special fighter in Jai Opetaia. It's not just the belts at the Cruiserweight, it's the belts at heavyweight as well. Like I said, Australia's #1 pound-for-pound fighter, and now I think this is a guy that should enter the pound-for-pound rankings. Huge future ahead.
With that performance, Eddie, Jai moving forward now, does that now firmly become in the conversation now? We've been quiet on that heavyweight discussion, and we know there's unification, but he could now potentially go down as one of the all-time greats in the discussion, potentially in future with guys like Oleksandr Usyk, one of the best ever.
Yeah, I think Jay's humble enough not yet to talk about the name of Oleksandr Usyk. I'm not. That's my job. For me, Oleksandr Usyk was the greatest cruiserweight of all time. He became undisputed. Then he moved to heavyweight to become undisputed at heavyweight. Jai is going to pick up all the belts in the cruiserweight division to become undisputed, and then we want to push him into a fight with Oleksandr Usyk as well to try and become undisputed at the heavyweight division as well. You have to search for greatness. He's good enough to do it. I believe he's the only person right now in the division, cruiserweight or heavyweight, that can genuinely give Oleksandr Usyk a real fight. But to do it, we've got to pick up every belt in the cruiserweight division first, to give him the credibility and potentially the money from His Excellency to make Oleksandr Usyk get in the ring, one of the all-time greats. Trust me, in 12 to 18 months, Jai Opetaia against Oleksandr Usyk is an all-time classic. And why not do it at Suncorp Stadium as well in Brisbane on the Gold Coast?
Talking about that fight, it was good to hear him talk about Gilberto Ramirez. He's got a fantastic record. He's also quite experienced, Eddie. Like, it's not quite double the fights, but he's had a lot more fights than Jai. Do you think that puts him in a strong position in that fight?
Listen, it's a tremendous fight. Zurdo is a wonderful fighter. Oscar De La Hoya messaged me earlier to say he's watching closely tonight. Oscar, if you're watching, let's make it happen. It's the best fight in the division. I know his excellence, he wants it. Let's get it done in May. Jai Opetaia against Zurdo Ramirez for the Unified Championship. Two great fighters. Great fight for boxing.
So we say then, como está, and vamos to Oscar and to Gilberto to get it done. Final words, Eddie. I know you've got probably a lot more media to do, and thanks, but how good, one more time, how good is this crowd here? We managed to lift the roof off this venue. I know how excited you are to bring more fights, so you must be extremely impressed with boxing down under at the moment.
Listen, I've been part of some huge nights around the world. That was an honour tonight to be here and experience that atmosphere. It's just the beginning for Australian boxing. I really believe that, and it was a wonderful atmosphere, a wonderful occasion. Well done to Mick, Spencer, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Thank you to everyone on the Gold Coast. Good night, God bless, and you witnessed greatness tonight in Jai Opetaia, one of your own.